Hi everybody, it's me, the Oracle of Apollo, and I was requested to make a part 3 to the John of God video that you can see my part 1 and part 2 if you look through my channel. And basically in part 1 and part 2 I'm talking to you about my experience going to John of God, and I give you really pretty much a good detailed breakdown of like step by step what I did, what they told me to expect, and my, I guess, subjective experience going through it. At the time, however, I was within my 40 days of spiritual detoxification, and during that time I had a lot of limitations, including no exercise, no pepper, no sex with yourself or others, no reading for 8 days, no exercise for 40. And so let me just check this, make sure the internet is on here. All right, great. Okay, so basically that's just basically the recap on that. The thing is, if you watch both of those videos, and there shouldn't be two, the reason that there's 2 videos and they're 10 minutes a piece is because when I was recording them, I was recording them live, like how I'm doing this video now, right on YouTube. And what happened was that the entities had told me before I even started doing the videos to not put in specific details and to keep that private. Now I went against that, of course, because I'm trying to share with you guys everything that I could possibly share. Unfortunately, during my live video, they literally picked and chose what wasn't gonna go in the video, and the video winded up becoming 10 minutes versus the original video, which was about 45 minutes or 40 minutes or something. I know definitely it was over 30 minutes. And that's why I had to make 2, because they were getting lengthy. However, after everything was said and done, the entities decided that 10 minutes was appropriate and totally took out a whole bunch of information. That information that was kept private, I won't repeat, because, you know, divinely intervened is something you don't want to mess with. And when I say entities, it just means beings of energy, of not physical body. All right, so let's get into it. Let's give you my update. So now I'm 90 days after my John of God healing. I went because I have several chronic conditions, physical conditions. One of them being fibromyalgia, which I know a lot of you out there can attest to. And unfortunately, when you have that, they really don't have, it's kind of a term, it's not. I have neurocardiogenic syncope, so I faint a lot. And there's a whole bunch of other things that we won't get into, but those are like the primary ones. Now, after my 40 days, because that's what the amount of time was, after my 40 days ended, I did go into a subsequent, I would say, additional week or up to 10 days where my body absolutely went hardcore pain. It was kind of like a flare where everything just got worse, intensely worse for this amount of time. And I know that during that time it was kind of like, know this, because you will no longer know this. And that's really how I looked at it. So now it's 90 days later, and I will tell you guys, I went to John of God, and I probably, the average I pass out, and I'm using the word average, is about 4 times a month. And then I have near syncopatic episodes. It's such a hard word. Many times every single day, which basically just means I get really dizzy, and I'm not to the point where I'm gonna have a blackout, but I am to the point where maybe I can't stand or I can't walk, or my consciousness is now fogged and I'm not really too aware of what's happening around me. Anyways, so what has happened since then? Did I get cured? Did it get better? Was it a placebo effect? I have had neurocardiogenic syncope for about 3 years, diagnosed now, and have injured myself additionally many times over because of how I've fallen and where I have fallen, including the thoracic spine, and because I fell on the stairs. So I have only fainted since this experience one time, a full blackout one time. And considering that I have average 4, sometimes more, sometimes less, but really it's around 4. One time in 90 days is an extreme number to me, especially living with this condition for the last 3 years. And it has been a huge monumental change. I feel like I haven't had any flares in my body since then, really. I haven't had any extremes. I really have just been better, honestly, just better, like all around better. I have had more energy, and I remember like I got the imprint of, what are you gonna do now that you're healed? And that was really my mantra for the entire 40 days. I wrote it on my water bottles, my John of God water bottles, and when I would take a sip, I would answer the question, what am I gonna do now that you're healed? And I said, everything. I'm gonna do everything that I set my mind to. I'm going to do everything that I have been holding myself accountable for and haven't been able to because of the limitations of my physical body. And that's what I'm doing now, guys. I traveled across the country in December, mid-December. I was on a spiritual pilgrimage, and actually my next video is gonna be about that spiritual pilgrimage. And I feel invincible. And for real, like, I'm wearing my Superman shirt. It says invincible. It's embodying the words that I'm feeling. I feel motivated. I feel spectacular. I really have no other words than good words about my experience. It was overall, in retrospect, very difficult, and I know other people who were going to the detox too at the same time. And it really plays with your mind a lot, honestly, because you get worse. For me, I had instantly I broke out. Like the next day or 2 days later, I broke out severely bad. I had acne everywhere on my body. It was crazy. Like, it just came out of nowhere. And I did read about people reporting that they got worse before they got better. And I don't really think you get worse before you get better. You're just being made aware of all of the things that are inside of you that have been suppressed, and they're all coming up at one time now. So you kind of have to face them, and you have to deal with them, and you have to go through them to get through them. And that's really what I feel like happened for me. It was intense. Towards the end of my healing, I really couldn't bear it anymore. The pain had got so severe towards the end of my 40 days that I was just like, oh, it was like living minute to minute. It really was. It was really bad. But then the guides came in, and I did an automatic writing, something I've never done before. And the handwriting is like absolutely different. I had to show it to several people because it just went from my writing to like this crazy old time 1800s looking font, written out like a doctor would speak. And one of the guides that I brought home with me was Euripides. It was his name, and I don't have a picture because it's at home. But he was one of the guides that was working with me. And I will tell you, even a few weeks ago, I think someone's at my door. It's my mom. Okay. A few weeks ago, it's fine. I had, doggone it, I still felt them working on me. So it's been intermittently, not like every single day like they worked on me in the past during the detox, but they have been working on me intermittently and sporadically. So it's kind of like I'll just be on my couch, and then I will feel workings on my eyes or my ears or my heart. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I just wanted to make a quick video and give you guys an update on that because it was requested. Thanks for your requests. If you want me to talk about any other topics, I am a Reiki master teacher, integrated energy master teacher, instructor as well. And if there's topics you want to know about, let me know and I'll make a video for you guys. And expect to see my San Diego video shortly. Ciao. A la madre.